Today, I just want to talk about, believe it or not, pools, okay? A lot of you might think, pools? Why is he talking about pools? What's that have anything to do with chiropractic? But I'll tell you, in all actuality, a pool has a lot more to do with chiropractic than all the things that most chiropractors present chiropractic as, you know, the treatments of neck and back pain or any kind of conditions. For example, let's say that you have a pool, okay? You've bought this pool, you've had it installed, and it's been over 20 years since you had this pool installed. Okay, you've never cleaned it, you've never maintained this pool over the last 20 years. So can you imagine what this pool looks like? But yet you're still swimming around in it, doing all the things that you normally do in a pool, because to you, that's just normal, okay? Well, all of a sudden this guy comes along and says, hey, you know, I can go ahead and fix that. You're like, fix it? How are you going to fix it? This is just the way this pool has always been. Well, you're like, what the heck, you know, might as well give it a shot. So the guy goes in and cleans the pool. Now you go out there and you're like, wow, this is awesome, okay? You know, I'm swimming around in it. It doesn't smell like a cesspool. I don't smell like a cesspool when I get out. You know, it's just awesome. In fact, it's a miracle. Well, come on. Seriously, is it really a miracle? Or is that what should have been done all along, right? Well, to me, that's what I look at chiropractic as. All those miracles in the office that a lot of chiropractors talk about and preach on, that this, that, and the other was cured due to chiropractic care. Well, my thought is, what if those people were under chiropractic care their whole entire life? What if they even got those conditions? What if they even had those problems? And their life, I can guarantee, would be a whole lot better than it was, you know, without the chiropractic care. I didn't understand chiropractic care until I went to chiropractic school. I even came from a large chiropractic family, and I used to only go when I thought I needed it, whenever I was hurting bad enough. But fortunately, while I was in school, I learned a different truth. I learned that everyday life and everyday stress is causing the bones of our spine to misalign. I reasoned out, hey, if the bones are misaligned every day, maybe this is something we should be doing every day. And I really started noticing the differences in myself when I started working with another chiropractor. We started checking each other every day, twice a day, most days, and that's when the real huge changes happened in my life. Not only did it help me feel better, it also improved my thinking, my coordination, my attitude, my immune system. Basically everything about me has improved since I've been under consistent care. And that never happened when I was just going for neck and back pain relief. And I've seen those changes in the people that are consistent with the chiropractic care too. Of course, you could use chiropractic as a treatment, but there's a lot of other things you could use as a treatment that weren't necessarily designed as a treatment. For example, there's people out there that have started an exercise regimen to treat their heart disease or some other kind of condition, okay? There's also people that have started eating healthy due to their condition, like diabetes or, you know, weight loss or whatever. They've started eating healthy to treat their condition. But obviously, if you exercise and ate healthy on a regular lifetime basis, that's where you're going to get the benefit from. And chiropractic, to me, is the same thing. The more and more you do this, the more stronger and healthier your spine gets, and it improves all quality of your life. I can tell you from my own experiences what it's done for me. You know, it's changed me physically, mentally, even spiritually, emotionally. I mean, I couldn't even imagine going back to irregular chiropractic care. Myself, I get my spine checked at least three times a week. If I was working with a chiropractor, I definitely would get checked more often than that. You know, and every chiropractor out there is doing the same thing. They're all getting their spines checked on a lifetime basis. But what I do differently is I make it affordable to allow people to be able to do the same thing in my office. So I guess that's just basically the bottom line. Is I see chiropractic as being a lifestyle, something that should be maintained from the moment that we're born to the moment that we die. One chiropractor put it this way, from birth to the earth. I kind of thought that was, I like the womb to the tomb, but I kind of like the birth to the earth a lot more. It's kind of a neat way of looking at it. One last thing I want to go over before I wrap this up. I just want to explain how the body works, okay? Now this is the understanding I've come to, and this is why I've chosen to get my spine checked on a regular basis, okay? Now this is a model of a spine. Just visualize you're looking at someone's back. Now these would be the tiny bumps that you would feel down someone's spine. This would be the hips and the legs would be down here. This is skull, it's been cut away, and the brain would sit up here. Now your brain sends its messages down through the bones of the back, through the spinal cord, and exits out these holes here. Now these are the nerves, and those nerves go to everything in your whole entire body. controlling all your cells, your organs, your glands, your body chemistry, your immune system. Basically, if it functions in you, it has to be controlled by that system. No other way it happens, all right? I'm going to tell you all that that nerve tissue is so delicate that the weight of a dime is enough to actually kill off one of these nerves to cause them to never function again. So just think, it doesn't take much pressure at all to interfere with that flow of information from the brain to the body. The weight of a dime is enough to kill off one of these nerves. Well, that nerve tissue is so delicate that it's protected by bone. There's no other organ other than the brain and the spinal cord that's housed and protected by bone. Obviously, somebody thought they were so important, they put bone around it, if you know what I'm saying, okay? Now, we have 26 separate bones. They're separate to allow us to move and do everything that we do in life, but being separate, it also allows these bones to misalign just due to everyday stresses, okay? And that's what I call a subluxation. It's the only big word I use in the office, and it basically just means bone out of place. To represent one of these bone misalignments or these subluxations, I'm going to do that. And what happens when these bones misalign or they subluxate, that interferes with how well the messages from the brain, how well they can communicate to the body, ultimately not allowing you to be the best you that you can be. So what I do is I find these bony misalignments, these subluxations, and I gently assist the body in putting them back into place. Now what that does is allows the messages from the brain to be properly received by the body, allowing you to be a stronger, more powerful individual, affecting every aspect of your life. Now the bad part is you can't feel these bone misalignments happen anymore than you can feel cells replacing themselves or even cancer growing in your body, because very little of our nerve system is even designed for how we feel. They say that only 6% of our nerve system is even designed for that. You know, most of us have no idea how we're feeling on a day-to-day basis. A lot of people think, well, hey, I'm feeling good, I must be fine. It's kind of like, say you jump off the Empire State Building, okay? As you're falling down, you're like, hey, it's okay so far, right? And you know, you keep on going, and it's okay until it's flat, right? And then things are all over with, okay? It's the same kind of thing. Just because you feel good doesn't necessarily mean you're doing good, okay? Now, I'm a chiropractor. I couldn't even tell when these bones misalign myself, and even as good as I think I am, I can't correct these bones myself. So I rely on another chiropractor to check my spine on a regular basis to allow my body to function at its best. The way I look at it, I believe we were all designed to be perfect. After all, we were designed in God's image. I'd have to say God is perfection, and I believe He designed us to be perfect as well. But there's no way we can achieve that perfection when the messages from the brain aren't able to talk to the body due to these bone misalignments. We are given a brain for a particular reason. Its mission, its purpose is to control all functions of the body. But when those messages aren't being received by the body, there is no way our bodies can function at their best. But I can tell y'all, since I've been under consistent care, I can guarantee my body's working closer to that perfection than it ever was before. Like I said earlier, it's improved my thinking, my coordination, my attitude, my immune system. Basically, everything about me has improved since I've been under consistent care. I can guarantee, you know, if y'all gave me the opportunity or send your loved ones, friends, co-workers, whoever into my office, we can definitely do the same for them. Okay?